Good morning. Well, this is Ivan the Mayor. It's 10 o'clock. Just woke up. Hope you guys enjoyed my video, my two videos I made yesterday. See, I'm now sick. Yeah, I made my listening series and I made a video with my showing my face. Obviously, hope you guys enjoyed that show. I found my birth certificate, by the way. My birth certificate, the folks found it. So I should be able to get my card. Because yesterday the lady said if you have a birth certificate is a valid ID, so I should get my card. If she says no, I'm going to be very pissed off. But she told me yesterday, do you have a birth certificate? You can accept a birth certificate. So I found my birth certificate. So I should be able to get my card, my bank card, obviously. I owe my younger stepbrother money too. I owe him $860. Because I got such a fat T4, even when I pay him the $860, I still have like a lot of money in my savings. Cause I got not a lot of money, but like a not bad amount of money, because I got such a big T4 this year. So yeah, you going for your license this paycheck, Ivan? Yes, I will. Either motorcycle or I'll finish my driving. I might just go for my motorcycle. I want to drive my own motorcycle. I'm gonna do the motorcycle course. And then I'm gonna save money try to save maybe a few $1,000s. Get my book proofread, and after that I save money for the bike. Yeah, obviously. Save money for the bike, obviously. Sometimes I still have a Diet Pepsi from yesterday. I got my shawarma. Yeah. What government ID did you lose? The only card I lost was my SIN card. My SIN card I lost. I have the number like saved, but the card itself I lost that. My birth certificate I found it. They found it yesterday. I have my birth certificate. I have a passport. My passport expired. I have a learner's license, but that expired too. I have a health card, but I lost that. I have to get a new one. And yeah, so all my IDs I have except for my SIM card. My SIM card, I remember I lost that, but I have the number saved on my it's saved, so I can still get paid and everything. I got it. But a SIM card, I believe, is the only card you can't recover. If you lose it, you can't get another one. They can't give you another SIM card if you lose it. Whereas a passport, you can get a new one. A health card, you can get a new one. A license, you can get a new one. All that stuff. But a SIN number, you can't get a new card, I believe. But as long as you have the number saved, you're good. I have the number saved. So once I get that first check, I'm going to have to save that number somewhere on my phone. Save it on my phone, save it on my hotmail. I'm going to need that. Otherwise, I can't get paid. Amazon can't pay me if I don't have a SIN number. No. If it's online payments, you don't need a SIN number for that. But the actors, I can't pay them if they don't give me their SIN number. For every job, they always ask you for your SIN number. Otherwise, you can't get paid. Okay? It's the law. You need to provide a SIN number in order to get paid. Hence why the actors, when I tell the secretaries, tell the actors' agents. The lawyer is gonna help me out with the contracts and all that stuff. Yeah, make sure the actors bring their. I know you guys are excited for the movie, but make sure you bring your SIN number and you bring your bank form, your direct deposit bank form from your bank wherever you live. That way I can pay you. Obviously, that way I can pay you, Sarah. So Peter Jackson, Mel Gibson, they all have to bring their SIN number and their bank form. And you need to bring your agent's bank form too. Your agent's obviously, your agent's bank form. Otherwise, your agents can't get paid either, right? The agents have to get paid too, right? they take, I don't know, 10%. So they have to they have to bring their. I might fly in the agents with the actors. They can be in your room with the actors, but it's just gonna cost me more money. Or you just have them on a teleconference phone call. So whenever I sign Yvonne Joje, his agent's on the speaker, and he brings the agent gives him his bank form, and the actors give the agent's bank form to my accountants and lawyers. I'm sorry, and the accountant takes care of it, obviously. Well, you hire an assistant, so Ivan. It depends. If I sense the 17 needs help, I'm gonna have to hire assistants, obviously. Maybe one assistant to help the secretaries, one or two assistants to help the other five. I won't need assistants because you have Guillermo Toro, you have Barry Osborne and Fran helping him out. That's enough people. So I won't need to hire assistants, obviously. The accountant has a lot of work. He has to punch in like 1,500 contracts on a computer. But to take the stress off him, every time the actors or crewmen sign their contract, that very day you need to punch in the contracts. Or that very day, or like the next day, you got to punch it in. Punch it in that very day. It'll take him maybe 20, 30 minutes to do that, Samsara. Go in your office, go on the advanced computer technology and punch in the salaries and the payment and the advanced payment system I installed. Yeah. So that's how it works. Yeah, he punches in the contracts in the payment system, obviously, the computer. So yeah. I'm gonna have a thing for the payment system. The accountant has like a portable machine too that he can carry with him for the payment system, and he also has this computer in his office. And I want you triple checking the contracts. I don't want you making any typo errors when you punch in the act, especially the actors. You're paying them millions. I don't want to pay an actor. There's nothing worse than him punching in one less zero, and then John Boyega makes $890,000, and he's like, "What the fuck?" He's pissed off. Why is my check so small? Or you punch in an extra zero and he makes $89 million. If you do that, chances are I'm not going to resign you. You fucked up the payment system. You made a grave typo error. That's why I triple check it. I'm sorry. Triple check it, yeah. Hence why my company top notch, yeah. John Boyega, you have received $110,000. Isn't that much? I told you, because he lives in London, he signed like a 10 million deal in pounds, which is still a massive contract. That's how much bigger Ace is making Hollywood. Because pounds is worth a lot more than Canadian money and American money. That's why he's making a bit less. But unless he moves to America, he'll make a bit more. Obviously, but he lives in England, I believe. John Boyega. That's his home. That's his hometown, England, right? He's from England. And Idris Elba lives in England too, so he's making a bit less too. Yeah. Idris Elba signed like a 20. He's getting paid 12 million for his base. And I'm giving him $11 million of the royalties. That's 20. That's a 23 million contract. He signed a massive deal. And I'm also paying him like 2 million for the game. So he signed like a 25 million contract. 25 million in Canadian money is like, I don't know, 16 million in pounds or something like that. So I just up aside maybe a 16, 17, 18 million deal, 17 million deal in pounds. Around there, right? 16, 17 million deal in pounds. Massive contract for him, obviously. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. He makes probably his 4, 5, 6, 7 in Hollywood, 8, around there, yeah. You know what I'm saying? No, I mean, it's the pound, the rates is fine. I don't even make this in Hollywood, Ivan. Yeah, I'm not living in England. Okay, England I heard is beautiful, by the way. But I'm not living in England. I'd rather live in America than live in England. England is foreign for me, right? It's like tall cars, a Larry. Um, it's way too foreign for me. I would love to visit there. I heard it's beautiful, but I wouldn't want to live there, man. That English accent would really drive me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you don't mind living in America, I wouldn't mind living in America, but it's too crowded for me. It's too crowded, and it's very filthy over there, man. Like it's not like Canada. Canada's much cleaner up here. There's some places in Canada that are pretty filthy. Elmer's not the cleanest place. Elmer's pretty clean, but there's some areas that are a little filthy, obviously. Ottawa's clean, Vancouver is clean, whereas the States is all the cities are filthy and dirty, man. It's too crowded, a lot of garbage everywhere, and it's filthy. Sarah. But it is a beautiful country though. The States is ranked one of the most beautiful countries in the world. But it's not as beautiful as Canada. Canada is known as a more beautiful country than the States. I believe Canada is ranked like second or third most beautiful country in the world. The first most beautiful country in the world is Switzerland. Switzerland is fucking beautiful. Yeah, I heard Switzerland is the most beautiful country in the world. Canada, I think, is second to Switzerland or third. The States is like sixth, seventh, eighth, or something like that. It's not as beautiful as Canada. Yeah. I'm sorry. That's how you know Canada is more beautiful than the States. Yeah, man. And Vancouver is fucking clean. Very clean city, Vancouver. Cleaner than even Ottawa and Elmer, yeah. Yeah. So the lawyer is responsible for going over the contracts with the actors and the actors' agents. I'll either fly in the agents with the actors, which I most likely won't do. The actors fly in alone and they bring their bank form and the agent's direct deposit bank form. Then whenever the actors are in the room, I call the agent's number and they're on the speaker. That's the best way to make it work. Or you fly them in person if you want. And then the lawyer will go over the contract with them. Me and Peter and my significant other are going to offer the actors a contract, but the lawyer is going to go over the contract form with them. That way they know that way they understand the deal, obviously. I'm saying the lawyer, okay, your base salary you're not getting until production. Your royalty check you're not getting until Ivan and his significant other get their first royalty check. You have to tell them that, obviously. And you have rules, no drugs on set, all that stuff. I'm gonna put that in the contract too, obviously. What happens if you find people doing drugs on set? You're gone, man. I'm gonna fire you, man. I don't want my business to be dirty, man. I'm gonna look, man. I don't want anybody doing any drugs on set. The only thing you can do on set is drink. So I'm gonna have 3 beers and smoke your cigarettes. You can't bring in for their unique. The crewmen can smoke weed on set because weed's legalized in Canada, but in Switzerland it's not legal there. Hence why you can't smoke weed. You can't do any coke. You can't bring any of that stuff on set. Otherwise, my company's now dirty, and I can go to prison for that, man. Don't what? I can get fined for that. I don't have a dirty business. Keep it clean, man. Since I want my company to be 100% clean. I'm sorry. The actor's tired. Give him a coffee. Give him an energy drink. That's why you need to have him buy energy drinks, obviously. Don't give him Coke. Give him energy drink. Give him an energy drink or some coffee if he's tired in the morning. Hence why I'll have assistants for the actors whenever they wake up, and the makeup artists and hair designers work on the actors before they're about to shoot. You can have assistants to bring them an energy drink, bring them coffee while they're in the trailer. They have their coffee. You see what I'm saying? Before they're about to shoot. That way they're awake, obviously. Your energy drink will keep you awake, and a coffee will help to keep you awake. Don't be dirty and give them drugs, that kind of stuff, Sarah. Yeah. That's how it works. Yeah, when the actors sign the contracts, obviously the lawyer has to go. Me and my significant other and Peter will be offering, or Mel will be offering the contracts, but the lawyer is the one responsible going over the contracts with the actors. 'Cause I don't. Contracts are pretty complicated stuff. You need a lawyer to handle all that. He's gonna go over the contracts with the actors. Okay, you get your John Boyega, you get your 8.9. You don't get your check until the start of production. If you need money, then Sky Source can pay you a bonus if you need money. But these actors, all of them, all have money. They won't need the money. But if an actor, the B-list actors, some of them might need the money because they're not as rich as the A-listers. But even B-list actors at least have a couple $100,000 to maybe $1 million in their bank. They're rich people too. But if a B-list actor needs money, you pay him a bonus from his salary if he needs money. So for The Great Escape, if like one B-list, if I pay a B-list actor $2.5 million, if he needs money, you can give him a $500,000 signing bonus. That's enough money for him to pay his bills, and he gets his $2 million at start production, and he gets his $250K royalty check. But he doesn't get any royalties because he's not an A-list actor. That's how it works, man. If you're not an A-list actor, you're not getting royalties, except for Zayas. But if you're not an A-list actor, you're not getting any royalties, man. Well, Ivan, what about his agents? Are Ivan, what about his or agents? Are Ivan, what about royalties? Are you gonna give him royalties? I'm like, no. He's a B-list. He or she's a B-list actor. They're not getting shit. That's what I'm saying. And you get money for the game too, obviously. If they play as you, you get like $1.5 million. If you're just in a cutscenes and you're a CPU character in the game, I can pay you a couple $100,000, 150, 200, 250, 300, 400, 500, 600 grand. That's good enough, obviously. But if they play as you, you get your millions, modest millions, obviously. If not, you don't get a couple $100,000, which is good enough. It's a good deal, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Well, John Boyega, you get your 8.9 for your base. John, do you need any? Do you need any? Don't ask him if he needs money. If he needs money, he'll let me know. But he doesn't. He's worth like $10 million. He's rich. He doesn't need money. I'm good, man. Yeah. $8.9 million to start production. So I get paid 2 years from now. Yeah, in 2 years when start production, you get your first check. But obviously, you get $250K for the merchandise. What about $400K? I'm like, no, you're not getting more than $250K for the merch. That's good enough. Halloween don't get shit. And you get $5.5 million of the 4K Glory box office. That's in the contract. In the contract. Obviously, you get $1.5 million for the game. He's like, holy shit, this is a massive contract. Yeah, he's like, holy shit, this is a massive deal. Yeah. His agent might try, but what about $10 million for John Boyega? I'm like, no, he's not getting 10. He's not worth that. $8.9 million is the max he's getting. He's not getting more than that, obviously. And you get like a good maybe $60,000 worth of side money for commercials and interviews and all that stuff to help you out a little bit. So I'm not getting paid for 2 years. You're getting paid during the 2 years, but you're getting like $60,000 or something like that to help you out a little bit, to buy your chicken, your salad for your nutritionist training and all that stuff. I'll help you out a little bit. When you want to go to the bar and have a beer with the guys third year, you have a little bit of money. So even though they're already rich, they don't need that money. They don't need that money, but I'm helping them out a little bit. But you don't get paid until the start of production. So your $8.9 million is divided equally over the every 2 weeks over the 1 year, or the 1 year of shooting. And you don't get your $5.5 million royalty check until the movie gets released. And me and my significant other get our first royalty check, and that's when you get your $5.5 million royalty check. And when you work on the game for a good, 2 months in Vancouver in my studio, doing voice work and motion capture work, you get your $1.5 million for the, a month and a half, 2 months of working. You know what I'm saying? Is that a good deal, Johnny? Yeah, that's a good deal for me. I don't even make this in Hollywood. Yes. He signs that massive contract, obviously. And the lawyer has to now give all the contracts to my accountant, and he has to go in his office and carefully punch in all the actors' contracts, and triple check it, please. I'm gonna do a thing wherever the accountant punches in the contracts, the GPS says how much money he punched in. That way, you help him out a little bit. $8.9 million. You know what I'm saying? That way, when he types in that way, it helps out the accountant. He's not stressed out. Because for me personally, I get very confused with the zeros and numbers sometimes when I read the numbers. Sometimes I think 1 billion is 7 zeros when it's 9 zeros. Sometimes I think 1 billion is 8 zeros when it's actually 9 zeros. It's complicated. It's a little complicated for me personally. Hence why you have a thing in the system whereby the GPS says how much money he punched in to help him out. But you need to go over it, man, carefully. All the contracts. So those 12 stars that sign their contracts, the lawyer now gives the account all the contract forms. And don't lose the contract forms. You have to keep those forms. Put it in a safe place in your office. Because the actors, you're going to have to send the actors their tax information. That way they're eligible for their tax returns, right, too, right? Yeah. The accountant has to send all 1,500 people their tax forms via email, right? It's a lot of work. But it's not that much work. He gets the tax forms, he just sends it to them. It'll take him maybe a couple hours to send 15. You don't have to do it all in one day. It will take him maybe a week to send everyone their tax forms. I'll pay him a good 10 grand for that. Yeah, I know it's dirty work. I'll pay you a good 10 grand to send everyone their tax forms. Me and my significant other, our tax forms, and everyone who worked in the movie their tax forms. Very important. That way they get their tax returns, right? Yeah. I'm sorry? Yeah. Yeah. That's why they're all gonna beg. My company's better in Hollywood. Yeah, Sky Source has this advanced payment system whereby when I get paid, I get this email confirmation. Oh my, sent to my email. Because the actors have to bring their email. Make sure you bring your make sure you bring a value your val you give us your valid email address. Bring your SIN card. You don't need to bring your SIN card, but have your SIN number with you, and you need to bring your direct deposit bank form. Otherwise, I can't pay you. You don't have your SIN number, and I can't pay you. Direct deposit form, I need to bring that too, because I'm not paying you guys check. I'm paying you direct deposit. This check is very dangerous. Actors can lose their checks. People can steal that kind of stuff. Actors can get mugged if they have their check with them, and people can steal their check. So I'm saying, especially if you're getting paid a lot of money, people can get mugged. People can get mugged. You can lose your check. You know what I'm saying? Hence why my company's direct deposit when I pay, obviously. It's the best way to pay someone if you're handling a lot of money. Pay them direct deposit when the money gets wired into their account. That's the best way to pay them. You don't have to worry about losing your check and that kind of stuff. And when they get paid, they get a bank statement on their email showing the agent's deduction, the tax deductions, and how much they got paid. And they should get the same paycheck every 2 weeks because it's divided equally over the term of the movie, the term of production. Samsara. So we shoot Zanes for 1 year. The money is divided equally every 2 weeks for the 1 year of shooting. So if the actor gets a different check, that means something. The account made a typo error when he punched in the contracts. Samsara. I'm putting money into an advanced system whereby the accountant just types in the term of the production and the money, and he types in the system has the money divided equally over the 1 year. That's why you got to put a lot of money towards your payment system. Hire a good software engineer, pay him a good like 200K, and you put money into like a $600,000 like advanced payment system. Samsara. Yeah. Especially Peter or Mel, they're getting paid a lot of money. That's why, yeah, make sure you punch in Peter's contract well. Because Peter's greedy. I don't want Peter losing respect for me by having me rip him off and he didn't get paid what he signed. No, make sure you pipe in his $500 million deal for the Pokemon box set. Make sure it's not 50 million or 5 billion or something like that. Make sure it's 500 million. Obviously, seriously, for Peter's contract, I want you really going over that. I don't want you paying him 5 billion. I don't want you paying him 50 million. No, he signed $500 million deal. Make sure he gets his $500 million, which is like 600 million in New Zealand money, obviously. So when he looks at his statement, it says 500 million in Canadian, but when he goes into his bank account, he made like $600 million. But you have the tax deductions, obviously. He has to pay his taxes, and his agent's taking 10% of that.
Yeah.
500 million after taxes is what? Is 300 million something. So Peter's making maybe at 300. No, 600 million. He's making 600 million New Zealand money. 600 million, 6 million after taxes is what? I don't know what it is. I have no idea what 6 million after taxes is. It's like 4.2. Yeah, Peter's making maybe 420 million. Around there. 400 million around there after his agent. He's also making his money for the merch, and he has his base, obviously. But Peter will be making close to 500 million after the 470 million around the 850 million deal. He's making like 475, 80 million after taxes and his agent for the 5 years of work. That's a lot of money for Peter. Because he's greedy, he wants more. I'm not paying more money. I'm Peter, man. You're fucking greedy. I'm not paying more money to Sarah. Whereas me, my and other, we get paid via online royalties from Amazon. Obviously, Amazon sends us our first royalty check. And once we get our first royalty check, now we can contact the accountants and everyone who's owed the royalties. You punch in how much money is owed in total. And I withdraw that money from my paycheck and I put it in the business account. And now you type in everyone's royalty amount that they're owed, and they get their royalty check. All the actors, the 17, they all get their royalty checks and center. He counts like, holy shit, I got 11 million bucks. I'm like, yeah, he's like, that's a lot of money. I'm like, you're happy? You work hard for me for 5 years, you get rewarded. You get a nice $11 check. For the Great Escape, you get 14 million. 14.5 million, right? I'm giving them 3.5 in our raises per movie. Great Escape, he makes 14.5. 11 plus 3.5 is 14.5, right? Yeah, 14.5. The secretaries get 9 million. 5.5 plus 3.5 is 9. They get 9 million. It's a lot of money. Let's see. Some Sarah. A lot of people talk about this. Considering I talk about my ID for my card, I thought we would talk about this. Yeah, make sure the accountant triple checks the contracts. Because I don't want to rip the actors off, man. If they rip the actors off, they lose respect for you, man. They'll see you as a dirty businessman, obviously. That's why Peter doesn't have any respect for Bob Shea and Michael Lynn. Because they ripped him off, they owed him money, obviously. Even though he got paid $2 million, if he signed a contract, he's entitled to that money, and they withheld money from him. Obviously. Because Peter's not stupid, obviously. There's something fishy about the accounting. Peter negotiated for 10% of the profits of the movie. And the 3 Lord of the Rings movies made $3 billion. So Peter negotiated for 10% of that. He should have gotten at least maybe 80 million, 270 million around there. He only got 250 million. No, he negotiated for 10% of the profits, not the gross though, the profits. So they owed him. He only got He got $250 million for everything, He got $250 million, I believe, for the profits of the movie and the DVD sales. He got a little piece of that. He got a piece of the game. He also got a piece of the merch, and he made $250 million. He knew they ripped him off. They owed him a little bit more money. They're like, we already paid Peter $250 million. That's enough. Jackson's just being greedy. I'm like, I know he's a greedy pig, but if you owe him money, he's entitled to that money. And he took him to court. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the dispute was settled or not, but I mean, they owed him money, and now Peter lost respect for Bob Shea and Michael Lynn because they ripped him off, man. That's what will tell me, oh, I even fuck Bob Shea and Michael Lynn, man. Those guys ripped me off, man. They owe me fucking money. I worked my ass off for them, and they owed me money, man. Yeah, never do that to your director, man. Lose respect for you. I'm saying, Shema Hammer.